stool. Make sure you can see me okay. I think that's going to work. We're going to start standing with a nice standing warm up. So get your feet about hip distance, so hip bones apart, not like the outsides of your hips, because that would be too wide for me. Straight down, and just relax your arms down and think about your fingertips reaching toward the bottom of your, or toward your mat, and the crown of your head reaching up, creating a little extra space between the ears and the shoulders. And while you're doing this, pull the belly button in. So again, like I'm going to come around and poke you in the tummy. Keep that nice engagement there. Breathe in. Now on an inhale, I just want you to lift your arms up over your head and bring them to cactus arms. Exhale, bring them back down. And then inhale, back up. We're trying to open the shoulder. So think about squeezing the shoulder blades together in the back when you come to cactus arms. So now we're going to add a little something, something. We're going to come up on our toes as we rise up and then back down. So inhale up, still thinking about the crown of the head heading toward the ceiling. Inhaling, exhaling. Let's spend a little more time at the top here. So inhale, hold it, and then go back down. Hold it a little bit longer. Try to come up a little bit harder or taller on your feet if you can. Think about squeezing your inner thighs together and pulling the belly button into the spine to help you balance and squeeze your butt. All right, we're going to do this one more time, and then on the next one, we're going to hold it for a little bit longer. Pull the shoulders back. Stay lifted. If you have to come down off your toes, that's fine. Think about pulling the belly button in. Everybody's getting poked in the stomach right now. From 6 feet away, I'm going to have to get a big long broom. Shoulders stay down, squeezing the glutes together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Good. Okay. Make your way back down onto your mats or onto your mats for our hundreds. I'm going to adjust my camera so it's a little bit more toward my mat really quick. Let me pull my mat up a little. Okay, so we're going to do our hundreds, but we're going to vary our legs a little bit. So roll on down with control, nice and slow. And then find your position that we've been working on. Tuck that pelvis under, that tailbone under, so you get rid of that big arch in your back. Bring your legs up into table position. Make sure your knees, hips, knees, and ankles are all at nice angles. Big inhale in, exhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders, and just start pumping those arms. So keep your shoulders down. You don't want them to start creeping up and your arms start doing funny things. Now send your legs straight up. Really point your toes hard. Breathing. It's about a 4 or 5 count. Inhale through the nose. And 4 or 5 count, exhale through the mouth. You're really trying to exhale all of the air out of your body. Joseph Pilates believed that was cleaning yourself out, cleaning your system out. Now bring your legs to 45-degree angle, keeping the flat back. Pump those arms, reach those fingertips long. Keep your hands nice and rigid here. You should be feeling this in your abs. If you're feeling it in your back, then just bring your legs back into tabletop. 2 more breath cycles. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, head down, and rock side to side. So your heart should be pumping a little bit. Your abs should be waking up or on fire. And now, just send your legs straight down the mat. We're going to do roll-ups. So straight legs. Think about squeezing the inner thighs together and really pointing your toes hard. Arms reaching toward the ceiling. This is a breathing exercise. Inhale as you start to peel up. Exhale. Come up. And you can come up just to a straight position. If you want a little bit of a stretch, reach those fingers forward, but you don't have to. And then reverse that breathing. Inhale as you start to roll down. And then when it gets hard, exhale through the mouth. Nice and slow. More of a challenge, lift your arms a little bit higher. We're going to do 5 more of these. at your own pace. Keep the shoulders down. And don't forget to breathe. Sometimes people are tempted to stop breathing between the inhale and the exhale. Not good. No bueno. It should be a smooth breathing transition, like 360 degrees. It just keeps rolling. I think this is 4. I think I might have counted it right. And then I want you to land sitting up. So that should be 5. Okay, come on up to the top of your mat. We're going to do rolling like a ball. So bring those feet nice and close in. You all are strong enough to do a more advanced version of this. So I want you to really try to focus on staying as small as you can and not kicking your legs out when you try to come back up. So I don't want it looking like this. I mean, anybody can do that and you're going to hurt yourself. I want you tiny little ball, hands down at the ankles. Inhale, exhale, much harder to do. Keep those feet nice and tight, relax the shoulders. Inhale, exhale to come up. You're controlling this with your abdominals and your obliques, those side body muscles. And now literally try to slow your roll. Slow it down. Control. If you want more of a challenge, if you think this is not so bad, let go of your hands. Put them next to your sides and see if you can keep those feet in nice and close. Keep breathing through it. I want you to do 2 more of your preferred moment. Keep those feet close. Excellent. And land in a seated position after your second one. Good. Yeah, it's meant to be a pretty small little move. So now we're going to go into single leg stretch. So you can scooch back a little bit on your mat if you want to. Tuck that tailbone under, bring those feet up off the mat. They're floating here. Take your hands around the shin of the right leg. Point the left leg out. Now, slowly exhale and with control, roll down to the position where your shoulders and head are up off the mat. Pull that right knee in and switch it out. Do this slowly. Lots of control here. I exhale as I bring that knee in. Inhale as I switch. Think about your chest being lifted up toward the ceiling a little bit, or toward maybe where the ceiling and the wall meet. If you need to put your head down, put it down if it's starting to stress your neck out. You should have a nice flat back here. You can also adjust the angle of your legs. All right, we're going to speed it up, double time. Pull, pull, pull. Keep breathing through it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Come back down, laying flat on your mat. We're going to do double leg stretch now. So for double leg stretch, I'm going to bring my knees up, bring my legs back into table position. My arms are going to start up. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to lift my head, neck, and shoulders, reach out 45-degree angles with my legs and my arms, and then swing them around and pull those knees in. So it's an inhale, stretch out, exhale, pull it all in. Flat back here. So if your back is arching, change your angle. You can be going straight up in the air. That's fine. If you need to put your head down, put your head down. The goal here is to have the right muscles feeling this. Your neck is not, Pilates is not for the neck. It is not to strengthen the neck. So your neck is hurting. It's taken too much brunt of this exercise. Inhale, out, exhale, in, 3 more. Nice and slow and controlled. Feel like you're floating. Last one. And bring them in. Rest that head down and rock a little side to side. Loosen everything up. Maybe widen those shoulders a little bit. Get a nice rock into the shoulders. Okay. So we're going to do one of my favorites, which I say that about a lot of things, is lower lift. So a couple of hand options here, depending on how your back is feeling. You can either make a little triangle with your fingers and place it under your hips to give your low back some support, or with the fingers sticking out, hands at your sides, or interlace the fingers, lift head, neck, and shoulders up and do it from this position. So play around with that. Either way you're going, bring those legs up toward the sky. Think about the heels together and the toes pointing. And we're just going to lower and lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale to bring it back up. So if your head is down and your hands are down, it looks like this. All abs, all day here. Adjust your angle or how low you go with those legs based on how your back is feeling. If that back has to arch or you have to buck in order to get back up, you're going too far. Your abs aren't there for you today on that. Maybe you go close to the mat. Don't go below your hip level. 2 more. Slow and controlled. Not a leg movement either. Last one. All abs all day. Bring the legs and knees into the chest. Rock a little side to side. For everybody's favorite, crisscross. We're going to do crisscross 2 ways. We're going to slow it down technique-wise, and then we're going to speed it up, but still have really good technique. So for crisscross, I'm interlacing my fingers, placing them behind my head where my head and my neck meet. And I'm going to stay lifted here. Up, my chest is lifted. My legs are in table position. And I'm just going to twist underarm toward knee coming in, staying lifted. Trying not to pinch my head with my elbows. Exhale on the twist. 3, 2, 1. Rest it down. Take a break. You're going to feel that already. I know I am. And now we're going to do it much faster. When we were doing that slowly, your hips were probably very nice and stable. When we do this fast, people tend to kind of rock their hips all over the place. I want you to focus on keeping your hips, your cups of coffee right on those hip bones as we go quickly here. So back in that position, nice and tall, and go. 2, 3, 4. Look at your cups of coffee. Are they spilling? Press the back into the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, let's rock on up for a nice, well-deserved stretch right now. So we're going to do our spot and stretch forward. This should feel pretty good. So legs come out mat distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, and our feet are flexed here. So that engages the thighs and keeps you nice and safe. I'm going to bring my arms out in front of me, shoulders staying down, big inhale, sitting up tall, exhale, sending my waist backward and my fingertips forward. Inhale up, exhale. I'm trying to get my fingertips a little further away each time. So keep moving through that, and I'm going to give you a couple of cues here. You should not feel this in your hamstrings. You should be feeling, if you're doing that, that means you're leaning too far forward from your waist or even from your hips. I want your waist to head backwards and your fingers to reach forward. So it's not, my waist is not moving forward up in front of my hips, if that makes sense. Flex those feet. Exhale all that air out. 2 more here. Good. Maybe you can drop your head a little bit lower. And then when you're done, make your way back toward the top of your mat, the bottom of your mat, for our open leg rocker. So, like rolling like a ball, it's a breathing exercise and it should be abdominal driven, everything from the abdominals. So rock on back and find a balance point. So legs are up off the mat. They're a little bit more open than they would be in rolling like a ball. I'm going to tuck my neck, Inhale it back. Exhale, come forward and find my balance where I started. Inhale, exhale. For more of a challenge, you can try to straighten your legs. Just grab where you can, even if that's at the knee, and come up with straight legs. That's the full version of open leg rocker. And when you're at the top, try to find that balance. Especially if your legs are straight, find that balance and see if you can make a V shape out of your body. Then tuck and roll. Sit up nice and tall at the top. Do one more here. Exhale. And then I want everybody, whatever position you're in, to bring those feet together and let go of your arms. Kind of a hold the world situation. Make sure your abs are engaged so the front of your thighs are not burning. If you need to, put your hands underneath, holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And put it down. Good. I see y'all holding the world there. That's good. Okay, corkscrew. Well, look, we're almost to the bottom of my list of the first column. So yay. Okay, and we're doing good on time. So roll on back. So for our corkscrew, we don't do these a lot. A lot of people say they don't feel them, and I understand that. We're going to try to make you feel them today. That is my goal. So we're going to keep our head down on the mat, hands at our sides, or you can put them underneath your hips if your back needs that support. Legs are going to go straight up in the air. I'm squeezing my inner thighs together, heels together, pointing my toes. I'm going to swing my legs around toward the bottom and back up at the other side to the top, and then the other way. So you may not feel these because your legs are doing the work for you and your shoulders are all scrunching up. Relax your shoulders. Don't let your legs take over and make this all abdominals. Your legs are engaged, but they're also kind of noodly, al dente. They're not real strong here, making this move happen. Around to the other side. And switch directions. Adjust the angle based on how your back is feeling. So it might just be you're drawing a tiny little circle on the ceiling with your toes, driven by your abs. I want you to do one more in each direction, and then we're going to do something kind of fun with them. Just take a break for a second, bring the knees into the chest. Relax that down for a couple of breaths. Okay, now we're going to go and do the same thing, but I want to pause at the bottom for 3 seconds. So I'm going to swing my legs around, lower to the bottom, hold them. 3, 2, 1. Continue my circle back to the top. Go the other way. Hold at the bottom. Flat back. 2, 1. Continue that circle. Do 2 more, 1 and 2 in each direction. You count for yourself. Your legs are going to want to start taking over here. Don't let them. Make your angle happen. All right, last one in this direction. Carry it around and bring the knees into the chest. I'm telling you, roll on up to a seated position. I've done this for a long time. Even my thighs start to get burny because they want to take that move over. It's such a mind control thing to get your abs firing up for those kinds of moves. So just think about them. All right, we're going to do a nice stretch. We're going to do the saw stretch. So legs are back out, mat distance apart or further, feet are flexed, legs are engaged here, arms out to the side, and nice tall chest. Just going to twist and reach, pinky finger to pinky toe, come up, back to the center. It's like you're wringing out a dish rag. And up, center, twist. See if you can reach a little bit further, but keep your sits bones on the mat. So if your butt's coming off the mat, tap the brakes on that reach forward. Don't go quite as far. You'll definitely notice you've got one side that is more flexible than the other. You can reach a little bit further, and we'll work on that. When I first started in Pilates, I think I've said this before, my hands wouldn't even reach my feet. One more time, each side. Reach. Oh, it feels good. And other side. And then come on up. And we're going to roll over onto our bellies for a little bit of back work. So roll on over for our single leg kick. So we're going to stay up on our forearms here. My glutes are really, really engaged, and I'm trying to keep my legs and my feet pretty close together. I'm pressing up out of the mat. I'm not falling in. Pressing up, and I'm pulling the belly button into the spine to really protect my low back. Lift your feet up off the mat. Point the heck out of your toes, squeezing your glutes, and just kick in. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alternating. 1, 2. Press those elbows or those forearms into the mat. Help lift. Think about the backs of the thighs really engaging here. Nice and slow and controlled. We're not going to go fast. We tend to miss the mark on engaging when we go fast here. I also want you to think about when you come down with your foot, both of your feet should be floating up off the mat. Don't put that foot down. Don't do it. Squeeze. 2 more each side. Reaching long with those toes. Last one and done. Okay, good. Make a little pillow with your hands, and we're going to come down, rest that forehead. I'm feeling Friday vibes, so take a couple breaths on me here. I'm not going to make you work the whole time. And then enough of that. Okay, so pull the belly button up off the mat. I like what Martha said. She wants to be able to slide a piece of paper underneath there. So pull the belly button up off of the mat, lift the legs, see if you can get your thighs off the mat, and just paddle those legs. Your upper body is really still. See if you can get your thighs a little higher off the mat and reach those toes long. I'd rather you go further, like trying to reach the wall behind you, than go higher. So if that means you got to keep your legs a little lower, that's fine. Squeeze your booty. Upper body is like a duck in the water, really still. Breathing here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it down. Let's press back into child's pose just for a couple of breaths. So lift on up through table, pressing the hips back toward the heels. Press that mat away with those hands. It might feel like a really nice shoulder stretch here. And if you feel like it, you can bring those hands around and grab the feet. Okay, I want you to be encouraged because we've now moved to column 2. So the work begins now. I'm just kidding. This has been hard so far. Okay, so everybody's favorite, including mine and Martha's, we were chatting about it before class, neck pull. So for the neck pull, come on over onto your butt, sit her down, and our knees are going to be bent. I don't want you to try to use a bag today if you've got a weight bag or a bag of potatoes or rice or whatever. I want you to take the modification to fire your body up this morning. So think about squeezing the knees together, squeezing the inner legs together, or inner thighs. Take those fingers back behind the head. Elbows are wide here, not pinching my head off. They get a little pinchy. Exhale all the air out as you roll your body over, curl it over those knees. Now, as you inhale, come up with a straight back. Hinge backward with that straight back, and then slowly curl your spine, breathing here to roll down. Now, if you have to flop, if your body's like, no, just straighten your arms. So if I'm here, elbows wide, I'm like, yep, I got it, curling, I got it. No, I don't. Straighten your arms. And then as soon as you feel in control again, pull those arms back behind your head. When you come up, inhale, I've got it. No, I don't. straighten the arms. And then as soon as I have that control, I put those hands back. So I'm going to watch you guys practice this. Breathe through it. It's that inhale, curl the tailbone, then straighten the arms when you need to. Use that exhale, those puffs of air if you need them. If your feet come off the mat, straighten the arms. You will eventually get this. Even today, I mean, after doing 15 or 16 more, I'm with the jokes today, you will feel a lot better just getting your body warmed up. I always warm these up before class, before I try to show you. So let's do 3 more. Finish the one you're doing, 3 more. Breathe it through. Little puffs of air, feet, knees squeezing together. Don't let yourself flop. You get stuck, breathe through it. Think about squeezing the inner thighs together, keeping those feet on the mat. And then when you're done with your third one, I want you to land on your back on your mat, but slowly and in control. Really good, you guys. That's hard, hard work. One of the hardest moves we have in Pilates. And if you're finished and you're on your mat, we're just waiting for a couple people to finish, just pull your knees into your chest and give yourself a nice little stretch. Excellent. Good. Good work. You're going to be so happy when we get back in the studio that you kept doing these classes. I think I'm going to do a remedial Pilates class when we get back in. Okay, so we're on our mat. We're going to do some nice long-legged bridges. You know, your girl likes some long-legged bridges. So arms at the sides, feet are mat distance apart, wider than normal. Send those feet further away from you than you normally would. And then put your heels in the mat, toes pointing toward the ceiling. Big inhale, start curling the vertebrae one at a time up off the mat. And say good morning to your glutes and your hamstrings. So a nice long line here, neck is relaxed. My arms, they're just kind of hanging here. They can help a little bit, but I want it all about the booty and the legs. Relax that upper back and breathe. Now, if you're feeling frisky today, lower your hips to the mat, squeeze the glutes and come back up. Again, making sure your shoulders are relaxed, your neck is nice and relaxed and long. 2 more here. Press it up. Last one, and we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Good. Go ahead and lengthen those legs and shake them out a little bit. And we're going to do one more. Send your legs a little, same positioning here, but send your legs a little further away if you can, even if it's just 1/4 of an inch. And then come on up. And we're just going to hold here. Nothing tricky. We're not going to dip our hips. I want you to think about engaging those abdominals, sending those hips up toward the ceiling. You should feel this in your obliques as well. Everybody's here. Relax the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Shake those legs out. And we're going to quickly move on to doing some side kicks. So roll onto your side. And you can either be up on your elbow here or down. Probably better down. We'll just have better control here. So come on down onto your forearm. Nice straight line. Pick up your legs. Pike the feet forward. So you've got a little bit of a pike in the hip. And now reach long. Kind of pick that lower waist up off the mat by reaching that top leg longer. Point the toe. lift it up, flex the foot, squeeze it down. So it's up and down. Really squeezing your glutes here. I inhale as I lift, exhale as I press down just to get a little more squeeze. I'm creating my own leverage, my own resistance. Inhaling, lifting up with toe pointed. Exhaling, squeezing down, foot flexed. Reaching long with that leg. Keep that top leg longer than the lower. 2 more. Up, lower, squeeze the heck out of your glutes. All right, now lift that bottom leg up to meet the top leg. Got a little pizza slice here, and beat those heels together. See if you can lift your thighs a little higher off the mat. Upper body still nice and still. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them down. And we're going to do leg circles with this top, foot circles with this top leg. So lift the top leg to hip height, flexing that foot pretty hard, and just make little circles. Leading with the heel. You're trying to touch the wall below you with the heel. Nice and slow. Let's go slow today. Belly button is pulled in, keeping me really stable here in the hips and upper body. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, other way. Make sure you're not locking that knee out. And your butt should be firing right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it down. Let's flip over onto the other side. We'll get the inner thighs next week because we still have teasers and some planking. So we got to move the show along. Okay, down on this side, pick up those legs, pike the toes toward the front of the mat, nice and long through this top leg. Point that toe, lift it up, squeeze it down. I want you to really focus today on finding that length out of that top leg. So every time you reach, and especially when you squeeze down, feel that leg getting longer. Pointing on the way up, squeezing and flexing on the way down. Squeezing those glutes. Breathing is however you prefer it. I like to exhale down to get a little bit more resistance, a little bit more control and power here. Reach it long. 3 more. Squeeze, 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 like you got a big beach ball in there. Last one. Down. Good. Okay, we're going to lift both thighs up off the mat. My feet are in a pizza slice. Squeezing the heck out of my glutes. Beating those heels together. See if I can lift my thighs a little higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop them down. Lift that top leg up. Again, remind yourself to find the length out of the hip socket. Leading with the heel. Just circling nice and slow. Relax the knee a little bit. Think about the only muscles you have here are your glutes. It's all that you're allowed to use. Good. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. These glutes are on fire. Go the other way. Excellent. Nice and slow. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop them down. Roll on back and bring that knee into the chest if you want. Give it a little break. Or you can pull that foot back, whatever feels good. If you want to just lay out and do a full body stretch, that is fine too. If you want to find your child's pose, You've got 10 seconds to find whatever stretch you love. And then make your way onto your back for teasers. So let's do a couple of these with one leg at a time. So I want you to leave your left knee bent. Send that foot a little further away. So not right up next to your butt, but a little further away. Right leg is straight and pointing the heck out of that toe, trying to keep your inner thighs together. Arms are up in the air. I'm going to inhale as I start to lift. Exhale to come up to a nice teaser position. And then I'm going to reverse that breathing. Inhale, and then when it gets hard, exhale it out. If you need to, use your arms, help yourself climb up those legs. And same with controlling it down. Okay, 2 more here. To a nice straight back at the top and then curl back under. Teaser is at its end a V position. Your body's in a V. All right, put that leg down if you're done with your third one and go to the other side. Goal here, try to keep those thighs at the same level. Inhale, exhale. My body is in a nice V here at the top. Then I'm going to tuck my tailbone under and go back down. Last one coming up. Or if you're not on the last one, take your time, do what you need to do. And then when you find yourself back on your mat, go ahead and bring the knees into the chest and do a little rock side to side if that feels good. Because now we're going to go into the full teaser, or the fuller version of teaser. So my legs are going to start in table position, arms reaching toward the ceiling. Big inhale, rock forward. Exhale, come to a seated position. Here's the hard part. Inhale and then exhale to come back down, nice and slow. Modification, hold your legs. Rock up, then let go. Grab the back of the legs, curl the tailbone under, and slowly roll down. Or, if you want a challenge, you can try to straighten your legs as you rock up. So start in table, inhale, exhale. This is the teaser position. V with the body, straight legs, straight arms, then tuck the tailbone, staying with those legs extended. Come out. We're going to do 2 more, whatever you're doing. If you're doing the straight legs, try to find a tall chest and a nice V position. And slowly, I'm sweating, roll it back down and bring the legs in to the chest when you're done. Take a couple of breaths. Looks like everybody's finished. So rock on up to seated and come on over onto all fours into a tabletop position. Okay, we're gonna do some planks. We're gonna have fun with planks. All right, so wrists, elbows, shoulders, all in line. Send one leg back, then the other leg back, and now you're in your plank. So pull the belly button in, send the heels back. Now hold here, or if you want to challenge, pick up your left hand, tap your right shoulder, and then alternate, right hand to left. My hips are moving side to side, but I'm trying to keep them on the same plane here. I'm trying not to let them dip. Keep moving through, or just hold. And if you need to come down, or if you need to modify this, do it on your knees. No shame in this. It's a lot of work, keeping a straight body on the knees, tapping from side to side. 2 more each side. And when you're there, I want you to hold just for 10 seconds. Pull all those muscles into the center of the body, even from the back. 3, 2, 1, and drop it down. Good. Adds a little complexity when we move around like that and try to keep nice and stable. Okay, so let's do some side plank holding. Got a couple minutes left. We are going to get through our whole list. I can't tell you how exciting that is. All right, so come on over into your side plank position. You can do an elbow side plank or a full side plank. So elbow is here, full is here. And we're just going to do a little hold. If you need to, you can always make a little kickstand with your legs. I'll see you all looking at me waiting to start my clock. All right, hang on. Here we go. Go. Put your arm over your head, reach it. Really think about pulling the belly button in, but squeezing the glutes and sending the hips toward the ceiling. You can always come down with that kickstand. Again, I'd rather have you kickstanding than having your butt come down toward the mat. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Flip on over to the other side. Gonna get my watch, ready to go, and up. I like doing my arm over my head. I feel like that just gives my side a lovely stretch, and it helps me feel the feeling of pushing my hips toward the ceiling. Looking straight ahead, your body's in between two panes of glass, and you're breathing. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop it down. Come on over onto your front plank position. We're going to do our serratus push-ups. When we do these, they're not a big move. I want you to think about the muscles under your arms. We always forget about these when we do push-ups. We try to just muscle it with our arms. There are some really good muscles under here. So come down into an elbow plank position. You can have a fist and wrap the hand. I'm in my elbow plank. My elbows are kind of wide, and I'm just going to lower my chest toward the mat and lift it back up. I am focusing on those muscles under my arms. Lower, press back up. My abs are pulled in, of course, but see if you can't feel those muscles under there. See if you can't make them a little sore for tomorrow. 2 more. Press it up. And up. All right, back onto our knees. Come on up to a standing position. We've been down a long time. Take your time getting up. All that blood rush to our heads. And we're just going to end with our nice balance here. So I've got my feet, my heels are together, my toes are pointing out. I'm pulled in and I'm squeezing my butt, arms up. Inhale, come up on my toes, trying to keep my inner thighs locked together. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale it up. Shoulders are staying down. Squeezing the shoulder blades into my back pockets. Inhale up. Exhale down. Next time we're going to hold it. And we're going to look to the right. Look to the center. Look to the left. Back to the center. Come down. We're going to try that one more time so you know what's going on. Inhale up. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Heels stay close. Look right. Look center. Look left. Back to center. Bring it down. Practice that in the mornings when you're brushing your teeth or at night. And we are done for the day.